This week, NJN News has been reporting on the nearly 3,000 New Jersey National Guard members who are currently training in Fort Bliss, Texas. Zachary Fink is here now with more on the training and the New Jersey delegation who traveled to Texas to visit the troops. Zach?
Thank you, Kent. Our delegation included top state and business leaders. We flew over what is partly known within the military as a boss lift, an opportunity for those dignitaries to see firsthand the work of the Guard. The trip was sponsored by the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve, or ESGR, an agency within the U.S. Defense Department, which was established in 1972 after the draft officially ended. Its mission is to build support for the all-volunteer National Guard. Tonight, we conclude our three-part series, Training in Texas, New Jersey Goes to War. A delegation of roughly 75 New Jerseyans had the opportunity to meet with members of the Guard who are headed overseas later this month. Along for the trip were former football players Joe Klecko of the Jets and Bart Oates of the Giants. The troops even had the opportunity to be entertained by New Jersey's own Joe Piscopo.
They left New Jersey with toughness and grace, pledging to make this world a much safer place.
Many of the state's biggest employers sent representatives to observe the training.
Really what we're trying to do is get the employer community aware of how their people are being trained and that they actually come back from this experience a better employee.
David Socolow, New Jersey's Commissioner of Labor and Workforce Development, met with two of his workers who are undergoing the final weeks of training before being deployed to Iraq. James Moore of Cherry Hill is an assistant commissioner in the department when he isn't serving in the Guard.
Anytime we can get support from home for individuals to come out, to see the training we're going through and really get an idea of the sacrifices that the soldiers are making is definitely heartwarming.
Obviously, this is very personal for me as an employer, but also as labor commissioner. All of the workforce of New Jersey, the civilian workforce, is our greatest strength. And this group of civilian workers, who are citizen soldiers, are the backbone of our state, and we should do everything we can to support them.
ESGR operates under the assumption that employer visits to the field help reduce conflicts in the workplace. The agency will even offer mediation services when conflicts do arise. By law, employers must keep the job open for the employee upon his or her return.
We have a very aggressive program where we recognize support of employers. We educate employers on the law.
It's tough on employers. They lose people for a year and have to pick up that slack. So I think what our employers have seen here today has been just spectacular.
We found that most of the employers are very cooperative and will accommodate the employee and try and even be helpful to the family.
How you guys doing?
Also visiting their constituents in the Guard were elected officials. The governor, legislators, and even mayors are sometimes called upon to help out the families of members who are serving.
Yeah, please.
Some just wanted to get their pictures taken. Others wanted to speak to their representatives in more depth. But mostly, the men and women of the Guard wanted to let their leaders know that they appreciate the visit.
It's not good. It's good knowing that people back home care about you, want to take care of you while you're over there.
They really felt it important that New Jerseyans show that they cared, whether it be the political leaders, the community leaders, the businesses, some of the nonprofits who really come together to really talk about some of the issues, get to know people, have some real conversations.
At the end of the trip, just before we boarded planes back to New Jersey, members of the delegation signed a statement of support for the Guard and Reserve. After that, it was goodbye and good luck.
Take care.
The citizen soldiers begin shipping out before Labor Day. It will be quite a few trips to get the nearly 2,900 troops to the Middle East. There are more than 100,000 members of the National Guard currently on active duty, nearly 3,500 of them from New Jersey. And Kent, just want to say a special thank you to photographer Mark DiPietro, who did a phenomenal job on the ground in Fort Bliss.
Good work all around. Thank you, Zach.